Right guys, what's up? You know exactly who it is. Young Guangzhou, aka Big Hong Kong, aka Labb Ratt, your favourite South Sudanese YouTuber that everybody loves. Sure, what's going on in Sudan right now? It's definitely because I have not uploaded in a while. But as I always say guys, you guys already know too well, one like equals one prayer for Sudan. But today we're discussing a shit show that I had seen on Twitter, and I generally wish to show how oblivious Republican dumbasses the world. Like, the majority of American politics is so fucking mentally brain dead that it melts my cerebral cortex even to watch. And my politics generally looks like this.
Well, all due respect in the most unparliamentary language, fuck you, Deputy Stag. Fuck you.
Nobody smoke screening. Perhaps if you stop waffling. If you stop waffling, we might get some work done. You're a waffler.
We were elected here now our own name and we take no rubbish from a woman. When you want looking for stealing votes, you want Gary to come to kill Gary.
But let's read out this horrific tweet from this account. So, Mozdoc said, while at a closing ceremony in Las Vegas FurCon, Al Khali stirred the room into a chant of trans rights for several seconds. No, I don't participate. This shit is really rubbing me the wrong way. Is Furry even a fandom anymore, or is it a fucking cult at this point? Shut the fuck up is my basic response to this. So as I mentioned, Mozdoc was extremely angry at the fact that Al Khali stirred the room to a chant supporting trans rights in the United States at the end of a con in Las Vegas. What con is that? Is that Cincy, Murcon? I don't know. The thing that rubbed me the wrong way is about this tweet is firstly the oblivion towards what's going on in the United States, and secondly the pure ignorance of the history of the furry fandom and who was the main demographic or the creators of the furry fandom. I will say this many times: you cannot be a Nazi or a Republican and actually be an active and loving member of the furry fandom. The fandom came from open support of LGBTQ+ actions and community and general civil rights movements. It came from that as a place where people could find safe haven or safe harbour in these characters that we created, and regardless of gender, race, or anything from the outside world. It was a form of escapism almost. The fandom has and always will be a place, as I mentioned, a safe haven for LGBTQ people or anyone, except for Republicans and Nazis, to express and be themselves as if they can't in real life through the characters that they create. This belief that the fandom should be innately non-political is a weird paradox, because what we shouldn't do is condemn the LGBT community, support politicians which roll back and strip the rights of transgender people or people of colour, which is going on right now in Mississippi. That is what the fandom doesn't do. And what do we do now? Well, you'd be asking, Labb Ratt, what is the path to guidance? What will we do? I sound like the speaker from XCOM when I say path to guidance. What the fuck am I talking about? The effect of the fandom and what we do is to preserve the rights of LGBTQ people and act as a safe haven for those people and people of colour. We celebrate the cultural difference between people in the fandom. It's a place where, regardless of what culture you come from, you will not be discriminated against. I mean, that's the bottom line, but a lot of people don't like to follow that bottom line. And as I mentioned, the final of the bottom line, we bash and attack any sort of fascist or stripping of rights of any marginalised group. Any attacks on liberty and the rights of individuals. No, I'm not talking about Bud Light, guys. Oh, they're attacking beer. I'm a white American that's 50 years old and I'm dying of heart failure because I ingested too much Bud Light. It's not Bud Light, it's not COVID masks, and it's definitely not pro-life. We protect the right to choice, freedom and expression, and the ability to feel comfortable in your own body. The other side note to this is the pedos and zoos will say, because I said freedom of expression, that means them. No, it doesn't, and your vile fucking perversion falls alongside the fascists. The other thing I'm very angry about is the oblivion towards the struggle for trans kids in the US, where their parents, where they've now begun locking up kids who identify as trans and forcibly taking them away from their parents. Like, what the fuck is wrong with your government?
Florida lawmakers have come under fire for allegedly kidnapping transgender children during a protest against anti-transgender laws in the state House of Representatives. A disturbing video reportedly shows parents separated from their queer children who were being held behind a door in the House of Representatives gallery. The parents and their children were protesting against SB 254, a bill which aims to prohibit medical professionals from providing hormone hormone therapy and puberty blockers to transgender minors. Protesters threw underwear at lawmakers from the gallery with messages including "Not your business" and "Leave my genitals alone" written on them. Republican Randy Fine, the bill's sponsor, reportedly stated that "There's evil in this world and we face it here today."
This is step 7 of the genocide checklist as outlined by the Holocaust Memorial Day Trust. When you think of that word, you think of a faraway place that America may have fought in the 90s, Iraq, Iran. But this is today's America. They are attempting a genocide on transgender individuals, and this person is mad saying that people are ultimately supporting them. Fuck off, bro. Just actually leave. If you don't like the community, you don't like what people are doing, which is fighting for the rights of marginalized groups, then fuck off. Go shoot your guns. I don't know, bro. Go clearly by your kinks and what you can see on your fur affinity. Go have sex with animals, you weird fuck. This Mozdoc person is a straight up fucking weirdo. So if you look at some of the art that they've commissioned on Fur Affinity, people will be like, "Oh, don't kink shame." I'm sorry, but when you have a kink for feral cocks and feral breasts, you're a fucking weird person. And as the British people say, you're fucking tapped, you're wired, you're mad. Now, please follow me, my friend, into this institutionalized cell. Now, let's get into the meat and bones of this controversy. By Mozdoc doing this, it garnered a lot of huge pushback from the majority of the community, and I'm extremely proud to see so much pushback for these depraved ideals. Not only that, but Mozdoc is a predatory individual. They've now locked their Twitter account because of what is after coming out about them. An artist recently came out speaking about how the individual Mozdoc tried to commission them for the very porn I displayed, but this is even worse. This was asked to be a 16-year-old quadriplegic girl, i.e. she has no arms or legs and uses her 6 to 8 breasts. He wanted to commission to move around. First of all, fetishizing someone with disability is fucking disgusting. Get your life together, you freak. But I will gladly read out the DMs now. So I just wanted to propose a question. You did good on my titty smasher and bitch tour with all their breasts. How would you want to tackle a quadruple amputee teenage girl with her 6 monster tits she got cursed with? Something you might want to do? I like having her drawn in difficult situations where the world thinks she should still be capable and have arms and legs, even though she doesn't. And the artist responds with a very ideal and very good response. This is where I draw the line. I would not like you to contact me any further. I do not draw minors, and I do not supply those who have a fetish, as I find it paedophilic, and I'm an advocate for children's rights. This disgusts me, dude. And obviously this individual then goes on the defense and hits you with the, "Whoa, sorry, I had no idea. I'll remember not to bring that up then. I thought you liked multi-breasted forms." So there's a difference between multi-breasted forms and asking for a commission of a child, but okay. At risk of making what I just did moments ago worse, I feel like I need to speak about it while I'm home now and actually at a keyboard and not my phone. Just wanting to keep this brief. I don't want to feel like I have to avoid you now at a con. I find that you, because of what I said, I've mentioned the character to other artists and they've been fine with it. It's not had one flip out the way you did and say never talk to them again by it. Your beliefs are most certainly valid and I'm not going to argue against that. But I guess I've just not seen it the way you do because I like the curses no matter what the outcome happens to be and don't think of it any further. I just don't want to have made an enemy over this and getting 2 good commissions in the past with all your characters you do like, that's all. This individual then responds with, "Knowing what a fetish you have extends to minors, I'd rather just cut ties. I'd not be mean or call you out of the con, but I would greatly appreciate distance and no longer taking commission from you. Sorry, but it's not okay with me, and well, you may have liked your characters. That doesn't justify underage characters and like humiliation porn. Simply put, we work together and now I know that your interests have no want to continue forward making or working with communicating with you. And please seek actual help of this extent. Actual help instead of extending your kinks to minors, fictional or not. It's not okay. Other artists that are okay with this are not good people and are an embarrassment to the craft. I did not flip out. I am cutting ties with someone I find morally repulsive. End of story. That is true. This individual is fucking morally repulsive and should be treated as such. Just want to say that you are flat out disgusting to me. The fact that I didn't vomit having to read those DMs is a testament just to my own self-will. Now this is fucked. Not only are they using a quadruple amputee and the disability that they have as humiliation porn of a child for the fact that they can't do anything is sexually arousing to them. This just continues to mount as evidence that Republicans who hate trans people are the actual perverts in this situation. But anyway, I won't get too far into my own political beliefs. Even as the artist says, artists who support this concept or accept this commission are bad people. That they would accept such heinous commissions. And I know the fucking scumlords watching this video will say, it's just a picture, bro. You are part of the problem. If you fail to see the exploitation of children or childish nature for humiliation porn like this, then you are equally as fucked and perverted. Scientific studies that I have referenced in other videos, which I will link and probably put in the video here, state and show that an increased exposure to this type of content only ups the urges and want to commit actual offences against real children. So art like this and thoughts of it's just art, bro, is failing to see the actual gateway into real life actions and horrific consequences for the children involved. And I just want to conclude this entire video by saying people who support this are scum. Stay away from them. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.